Hello everybody and welcome to Ian's Bricks. So as you can see behind me, I've got some boxes from Lego.com to unbox, and although they're from Lego.com, they're actually from the Bricklink Designer Programme. I'll tell you more about that in a bit, but I also wanted to show you a little thing that I've been creating myself. So as you know, I go to a lot of brick fairs and brick festivals, and I do actually have my next brick fair is actually this weekend on Sunday the 7th of July, and it's in Northampton. I'll give you the address details at the bottom here. This is run by the National Brick Event, so it's my second National Brick Event, which I'm really looking forward to. I think some of the tickets have already sold out for this, the 10 o'clock tickets. It's a slightly longer event than normal. It's open from 9 AM until 6 PM, so it's going to be a very long day for me. But normally when you go to a lot of these brick fairs and brick shows, they give you one of these 1x8 tiles here to say where you've been. Now I haven't got them for all of the places that I've been to over the last 3 or so years whilst I've been doing these brick fairs, but a lot of people that sort of display and things, they have these little stands to show all the places that they've gone to, and I've done them in order from my 2022 one at Bournemouth all the way down to the latest one, which is the Brighton Brick Show, and obviously I can keep adding to this as and when I get more of these and I do more shows. I put my little sig fig at the top there with my Ian's Bricks logo. This is something I got at Leicester Square a couple of years ago, so I've had that for a while and not really done anything with it. It's got my little Ian name and my brick on there, so yeah, this is just something I'm going to take with me. The base isn't probably the right colour at the moment. I've got this sort of horrible green colour, but it was just the right size and it's what I had available. So that's what I've been up to with that. So enough about that. Let's get into these boxes. I think I want to start with a couple of these boxes here first of all. Right, let's get into the first box, and as you can see, this one's come in this rather nice ready to ship box, so hopefully the box inside will be nice and protected. Let's get this open. So as you can see, this box has just got one set in it, and it's a really big set. They've got some cardboard at the side protecting it. Let me just get this out of the box. It's got to be really heavy because it's a really big set. Right, so this is the set, and it is set number, if you can see at the bottom here, 910029, and it's the Mountain Fortress, and these are all sets that have been designed. So the Lego Ideas programme that you may be aware of, some Lego sets eventually get made into Lego sets. There are quite a lot of sets that don't get made into sets. And this is where the Bricklink Designer Programme comes in. They normally have quite a few to choose from, and they're doing different sort of series. This is series 1, although they have had previous lines of Bricklink sets, which I've never bothered buying yet. And as you can see, it's obviously got the Bricklink logo on there. Now we do have the Lego logo on the box as well, so it is an official Lego product. But this is one of the sets that didn't make it to Ideas, but was then chosen as the part of the Bricklink Designer Programme. And normally in each round, there are 5 sets that get chosen, and this I think was the largest of the 5 for Series 1. It has got 3,995 pieces. In the UK, so this cost me $299.99, so it's not a cheap set at all. In the US, this would have cost you $379.99, and in Euroland it would have cost $339.99. So it is quite an expensive set. But castle sets tend to do quite well. I've never bought any of these Bricklink sets before, so I'm not quite sure how well they'll sell at shows and things like that. So I know some of the other traders that go to these shows have sold some of these sets in the past. People do like them because obviously they're special, and you can really only get them from this Bricklink Designer Programme. And also they have a limited run as well, so they only make up to 30,000 of each of these particular sets. Now I do remember this when this went on sale back in February. These Mountain Fortresses sold out pretty quickly. I think within a day all 30,000 had sold out. And this is worldwide as well. It's not just the UK or Europe, it is worldwide. But I think because castles are so popular, it is a set that has was sold out pretty quickly. Let me just sort of show you a little bit more detail on the box, if I can there, if you can sort of see a little bit of detail. But there's all sorts of stuff going on. And also on the back of the box, you can see here that we have some sort of interior details as well. So there's quite a lot of stuff going on in there. So really nice set. I'd love to build something like this, but I suppose as a Lego investor, this is one of the pitfalls, is you never get to build some of the really nice sets. I wouldn't really have anywhere to display this particularly, so that's one of the reasons I sort of buy to sell on. But yeah, really nice set. And we see here we have designed by Sleepless Night. That's the code name of the person that actually designed this particular set. So yeah, very expensive. I have to say the box is in perfect condition, so I'm really pleased about that. So let's just put that one to one side there. I'm going to put it over this side, because what I want to do now is I want to get in this other box here, which is the biggest box I've got, which should have a few sets in this one. Right, I'm going to open it upside down because the larger boxes have these seams along the bottom, so you can actually open them upside down, and actually the boxes, because they're quite sturdy on the tops rather than the bottoms, it means I can reuse this when I'm storing my sets at another time. Right, let's get this open. So I want to take this out because we have another ready to ship box. I'll open that in a bit, but I wanted to show you the sets I've got first of all. So this is the smallest of the 5 sets that were available in this particular wave, and this is the Snack Shack, created by this guy Stefan here. I'm not going to try and pronounce his surname, and this I think was £40 here in the UK, $39.99, and it's got how many pieces? I wrote all these down, 539 pieces. It's a much smaller set than the other one. It was $49.99 in US dollars and $44.99 in euros if you were to buy this elsewhere. I actually really like this one. The back of the Snack Shack opens. You've got a little palm tree on there. You've got a couple of figures, a seagull. It's just a really nice addition to any sort of Lego display that you have. And this again was another set that sold out pretty quickly. I think within a day this one sold out. So this was again very, very popular. I think the popularity of this one was because it is a smaller set, so it was a bit more affordable. Because a lot of the sets in these in this range are quite expensive, so you've got to spend quite a lot of money. But yeah, the boxes come in really good condition. So that's the second one. Now you were allowed to order 2 each of each set. I didn't order 2 each of every set, which I'll explain in a bit, but I did order 2 of the Snack Shacks because I think they were worth it. They were slightly cheaper to buy, and I just thought it was a good idea to get myself 2 of those. Just to talk about how it works when you buy these things. So I think I actually ordered these back in, I think it was February or March, certainly earlier on in the year, and although you get charged to your credit card, so you pay for them, you follow a link, on the Bricklink website, you get taken to lego.com to actually buy the items, and then you pay for them, and you are able to get insider points as well. You can't get any other promotions or gift with purchase or anything like that. It doesn't work, unfortunately, but you do get the insider points once the payment goes through. That money showed up on my credit card, but then after a week it sort of disappeared, and then it wasn't until the items were shipped, which was last week, late June, that I was actually charged for these. So you have to sort of be very, very mindful that when you buy in these 3 or 4 months prior, that you've got the funds to cover them once you get to these items shipping out. So that's just one thing to bear in mind if you are going to buy a few of these Bricklink sets. Anyway, should we get on with the rest of the set? I'm going to put this on the floor and pull out the next set, which is this one here. And this is the General Store. 910031 is the set number for this. You see the set numbers are all very, very similar. The Snack Shack was 910030. They obviously go up in numbers. So this is a set that didn't actually sell out, I don't think, during its run. It had up to 30,000. I think they probably sold about 20 to 25,000 of these, so not quite as popular. But I think this could do quite well, just because it's sort of a Western theme. You've got a really nice interior in the shop there. you have the horse and cart and carriage, which I think looks really good. Yeah, I actually quite like this particular set. I think this is quite a nice one. How many figures do you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minifigures of this one. It does look as though the set has got quite a few stickers. I don't think there are any printed pieces in these particular sets. Obviously the minifigure torsos are printed, and there might be 1 or 2 small things that are printed, but I think in general anything that you see with signs or labels probably are stickers. Another thing to remember as well, if you are buying these Bricklink sets, is that they don't come with instructions inside. So you know when you buy a normal Lego set, they've all got instructions that you can build. So you have to sort of follow a link and go online, and you can get them online and you can download them and print them off on a PDF document. But yeah, so if you like your sort of your physical instructions, then maybe these sets aren't going to be for you, because they don't unfortunately come with the instructions included in these particular sets. I would assume that's to keep costs down, but anyway, so this is the next one. This is the ready to ship box that was inside the bigger box. I'll find my knife. Right, and we have this set here. Let's pull this out of the box. There we go. So you might not be able to see what it is from this side, but if I turn it round, we have this rather nice set here, the old train engine shed, set number 910033. This is probably, I like this set. I did only buy 1 of these. I don't know why. I think the reason I didn't buy a second one because I was worried that I was probably spending too much on these particular things. But I bought 1 of these. Oh, I forgot to give you the prices of the last 2 sets. So let's give you some details of that. So the one I've just unboxed, the old train engine shed, that is 2,331 pieces. I paid £189.99 in pounds. It was also available in the US for £229.99, and it was £219.99 in euros. Going back to the general store, that's 1,906 pieces, £119.99 in pounds, £159.99 in US dollars, and £139.99 in euros for those 2 particular sets there. So back to the train shed. I think what I like about this is because a lot of people do have train sets in their Lego displays, and I think again this could be something that could be quite popular. Obviously, you get, again, these are limited runs. I think they did sell out of these, so there were 30,000 of these made worldwide. But yeah, really a nice interiors in this particular one. Again, we have the name of the designer on the front there, which you can see. Yeah, this was again one of the more popular sets. I can see why, because it is a very nice set. It's very unusual to have all these white boxes as well. I have to say I'm quite impressed with how they've all been delivered. I think I have been lucky because I did see that some people were getting damaged sets. There were like holes in some of the outer boxes and things like that. So as you can see, there are 4 different sets altogether. We've obviously got the 5th one is the duplicate there, but I've got 1 more box to open, which is this one here, and there's another one of these big ready to ship boxes. I'll open it by the top. I think I want to do this way round because it's not going to work otherwise, and I don't want to destroy the box. Right, and there we go. So we do have another Mountain Fortress set. I actually bought that at a later date. So my original order was for one of the Mountain Fortress, 2 snack shacks, and 1 each of the other 2 sets. And it got to the end of the run when this was just about to sell out. I think it was towards the end of the first day, and I'm like, oh, these are really popular. I know it's a lot of money, but I wanted to get myself another one, which is why I then bought a second one of the Mountain Fortresses, because I think they could potentially do quite well. I think already on eBay these are selling for upward of about £400, so there were £300 to buy, so there's sort of an instant profit on those. But whether I'm going to sell these sets straight away at my brick fairs, I might hang on to them a little while and see how they go. I've not quite decided yet. Obviously I've got a couple of sets where I've got duplicates, so I might sell the duplicates on first of all and see how that goes. But one thing you might have noticed is there is one set missing from all of this list, and that was set number 910032, and it was called the Parisian Street. It was 3,532 pieces, so a really big set, £259.99 in UK pounds, $319.99 if you're in the US in dollars, and $289.99 in euros was the prices for that. Now, the reason I didn't get this, I quite liked the look of the front of it and the outside of it. It would fit very, very well into a modular street. The problem is there was no back to it. So it had a back a bit like the castle, where it was sort of, you could get into it and access it. And I understand that why you would have that on a set like that, and I don't mind it too much on the castle. But because for me it is a set that would lend itself to being part of the modular building set, it just seemed a bit weird that that didn't have a back, and that would, if you were putting it within the other modular buildings, I just don't think it would look very good. And also it was quite expensive, and also it didn't particularly, I don't think it sold out at all. I think it was one of the worst sellers of that particular line. So I was sort of put off buying that just because of the price. A couple of issues I had with it. Again, it's probably going to do well once once people start selling these on the aftermarket, but I think all in all it just wasn't particularly for me. I'm probably not going to buy every single one of these Bricklink Designer things in the future, but certainly I'll keep an eye out for the ones that I like. So if you haven't already bought any of these Bricklink sets, you've just missed out on the second wave, Series 2. I have bought some of those, again, but not all of them. There will be a third wave out. I think it's in October, around about the 8th of October. Those sets are available for what they call crowdfunding. So crowdfunding is where people start place their orders for these particular sets, although those sets won't be shipping out and probably until February of 2025, so there's quite a long time before they go out. And they've already, I think, announced the sets that they're going to have for Series 4, and I think they've just had the decisions closed on Series 5. So this is a thing that will continue, and I think there are going to be some really, really interesting sets within this wave, because don't forget there's a whole plethora of different sets that people, maybe over 100 sets in each series that people choose from. They choose their favourites, and those 5 favourites get made into the set. So the sets should generally be quite popular sets in the first place. So this is my first wave really of buying some of these Bricklink sets. I know some of the other traders I see at some of these other shows, they've been doing this for quite a while now, and a few people have chatted to me and said, Ian, why don't you buy any of the Bricklink sets? Well, I have now, so hopefully I made some good choices in this particular run. Anyway, that's pretty much it for now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you to everybody that comments and likes my videos. It's always much appreciated. And also thanks to all my subscribers as well. I'm getting close to 6,000 subscribers, so if you haven't subscribed already, please do, because that would really make my day. But that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you then. Bye for now.